Hi everyone, welcome back to Chelsea Fan TV, or welcome to the channel. If you're new round here, I'm Nina, and today I want to bring to your attention something very important that we here on Chelsea Fan TV want to address. Some of you may know already, but if you don't, and this is the first time you're hearing it, then clearly this video has already fulfilled its job in many ways. And that is, of course, that on the 25th of February, before the Southampton game, Chelsea at home, there will be a big gathering in the name of a protest outside Stamford Bridge. I think it's at 6 p.m. Yes, it is at 6 p.m. And Chelsea fans will gather to basically voice what has now piled up to be a big concern regarding the direction in which the club is headed in. And it's a chance for everybody to gather and basically have their say, because at the end of the day, if you believe in something very strongly, then of course it is worthwhile voicing it. And I think everyone can interpret this differently, but at the end of the day, everyone who will be there and will go to it will be there because, one, they have Chelsea's best interest at heart, and two, want to just raise things that are troubling them and they believe should be heard. So that's what's going to take place on the 25th of February. And I just wanted to talk through the importance of sending out a message. And, you know, there's been a variety of different things kind of circling around social media regarding this topic, but it has been a while since I've seen people so unanimously in agreement of something at the club. And, you know, football is a sport, and any sport in general, it divides opinions. People have different opinions on things, but sometimes when, you know, whatever it is that's happening, if it's affecting your club and its kind of core values and everything it stood for, then, you know, you can all kind of agree that you can come together on the same opinion. So I think where my concerns lie in general is the fact that I'm not too sure I believe in everything we've kind of been painted out to believe in, if that makes sense. And I'm starting, and I have kind of lost faith upon reflecting on things. Sorry guys, this is just a little bit wonky. Hopefully that's a bit better there. And yeah, so I was just saying that it's come to my attention, and I've had a lot of self-reflection recently, that actually where we're headed as a club doesn't really fill me with a lot of confidence that this kind of long-term project that they've really led us into believing here will prosper. And it's just almost a utopia, and nobody can actually tell you what that looks like and what it is that we're working towards. I have a lot of problems, and I've been very unhappy with a lot of decisions, as you guys will have been. A lot of decisions made at the club since the takeover, and just how random certain things have been, how we've kind of been learning on the job. And actually it seems like a lot of decisions have been financially driven, as opposed to making and helping the club be successful in the present moment. And what I mean by that is the present day, you want to be in the Champions League, you want to be competing for trophies, you want to be competitive, and you want to basically look like a cohesive team coming together on the pitch as well. Now, fundamentally, because so much changed in the backroom stuff and so many drastic changes were made in such a short amount of time, I think it really has led to almost a relay of it kind of falling apart in a sense. And, you know, yes, we can say that there has been ambition with the players that have been brought, but ultimately, I've kind of forgotten how to speak in this video, guys, sorry, but ultimately I think that the present day and what we've needed now in order to continue running as a successful club and as Chelsea Football Club has been kind of left at the very back of the to-do list. And again, it's almost like, oh, don't worry, be patient. And we've been told to be patient a lot, haven't we? Be patient because, you know, in X amount of years, we're going to look like this, or we're going to be doing this. And even that's just me kind of telling myself that. I don't really know if I've heard it, and it's been kind of painted out that way. So again, it's like, you're a fan, you want to believe certain things, so you kind of just tell yourself, oh, you know, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, and, you know, you get behind the team and support. At the end of the day, that's what we've done. In the last 3 years, I've been to some of the worst Chelsea games I've been to my whole entire life, and I'm not that old, I'm 23, but you kind of get the point here. You know, the football that we've played, the atmospheres that we've had, there's been a lot of toxic kind of feelings around Chelsea, and I've still gone to games. I love the club, and I've still of course gone to games even at our lowest of lows. It's kind of ironic we're doing this, that the protest is going to be on the 25th of February when we play Southampton, because actually, you know, Southampton did the double over us a couple seasons ago before they went down. And again, we're pointing to some of the lows that we've experienced as a club in recent time. And again, it pans beyond results in like the football on the pitch, but you know, like, we have stuck behind the team and we wanted what's best. Like, we all as fans have always wanted what's best for the team. And to see that things have just kind of headed into a completely different direction, where we're coming in with priorities that we've never had before, like top four is not a priority, and things that are just so alien to us. And you know, that goes back again to the standards and the fact that we hold Chelsea to such a high standard as fans, and to be asked to you know, to be asked to forget about it for the foreseeable 2-3 years. Not necessarily like that, but you know what I mean? If they came in and appointed Graham Potter for 5 years, well, you know, maybe they told him, you only need to get Champions League football in the 4th year or something. I'm just giving you examples of, you know, the fact that our ambitions for the club don't necessarily align with theirs sometimes, and that's really how it seems. So again, it's like, well, where the big problem is are we falsely optimistic about a future that, you know, just may not be? And you know, you have to think about the repercussions of not being in Champions League football for a few years and not winning trophies, the repercussions of not being a competitive team like we've always been, because then how do you go and buy players? How does this model that you've tried to really paint out here become appealing to any player that's looking to move away or come to Chelsea? So these are all like certain things that you kind of, you know, think about and worry about. But again, ultimately, I talk about decisions, and I talk about decisions being made wrongly. Like, guys, the core problem has literally led to the fact that they wanted to believe in this model of buying young players and investing for the future so much, and building players, letting them improve and hopefully come together as a team. They've wanted to believe in this so much that they basically stripped what makes a team, like a football team, successful. Like, you need leaders in there, you need experience in there, and all of that was removed and never replaced. And again, you look back at all our successful teams and the title winning teams, we had backbones in there, you know, a group of players that just were almost like the core in the team that other players that came in would learn from, and they would make that transition easier. How could we possibly expect our old Chelsea when not a single player, bar Reece James and Trevor Chalobah, who's been you know, who's grown up in the club as well, bar those players, how would you expect anyone else to kind of instill what Chelsea is all about into players that are upcoming and, you know, sort of settling into Chelsea after transfer moves? Like, how can you, when even they don't understand what Chelsea actually means and what it's like to compete at the very top, when they were all told that they're only coming in for this project, right? So again, it's like, how delusional us as fans to tell ourselves, oh, you know, trust the process and believe in this long-term project, when actually, you know, we've got players that are learning on the job and haven't had the experience of playing senior football, winning trophies, and they don't have someone to learn from. They came in and they stripped everything, and fundamentally, okay, you wanted nothing of the old regime, fine, but you know, to so drastically change everything and for us to expect to have our old Chelsea back, well, guys, that's the whole point, isn't it? They wanted to build their own kind of Chelsea, a new one. And I think that is, again, a nice way to circle back to the very important point of this video, you know, to inform you that everything that's going to happen on the 25th February and why everyone's gathering is to once again say we're not okay with this new kind of Chelsea that you want to build and implement here. You know, we all support the club and we all fell in love with a certain Chelsea, and yes, everyone have started to support Chelsea at different times, and I'm sure that you who are a Chelsea fan will again have a different story to tell of why you fell in love with Chelsea, or whether it was family or whatever. But you know, the point being is that we've always had certain values, and frankly now that identity has really started to fade away, and that's not okay. So I think that's why everyone's unanimously kind of said enough is enough, and we need to send out a message that something has to change, you know, and whether that be the model. A lot of people obviously are saying that, you know, they need to sell out, and I just think that change is necessary in some form, because if we continue in this way, I just worry about how this will play out in the long run. And you know, a lot of people are saying don't go to games, because I mean, a lot of us fans here on Chelsea Fan TV that make these videos for you guys, we are London based. We're in and around London. We go to games and are matchday going fans. And let me tell you this, if I didn't go to the game, the Southampton one, someone else will. And a lot of the people, it kind of goes away from the point because a lot of these tickets have been paid for already with like season tickets, etc. And again, someone else will go. But that doesn't mean that our voices aren't worthy. We do have a voice. We have something to say, and we should say it. So again, something to think of there. If you are someone who is in London or in and around London and you didn't know about this, then once again, 25th of February, it's literally all over social media. But of course, here on Chelsea Fan TV, we are bringing this to your attention. Something quite important, and yeah, of course, if you're not, you are still equally as important, because again, your support from all over the world or wherever you are is meaningful and is important. So really good from that side of things, and I'm sorry this couldn't be a more cheerful video, guys, but sometimes we have to talk about these things, and frankly, this is just where we're at, and it's sad. I am upset about it, but that's it. But anyways, guys, I hope that you are all well. Take care of yourselves this week. Like the video if you haven't done so already, and if you'd like to check out my personal channel with some Chelsea content, you can do that too. It'll be linked in the description down below. But take care of yourselves, guys.